World Cup appearance, Carlos Bocanegra. A left back with Chivas USA. He played all 5 matches last summer in the Confederations Cup, Jonathan Bornstein. He is on his 3rd World Cup squad, a veteran right back from Hanover in the Bundesliga, Steve Cherundolo. A central defender who played the entire Confederations Cup last summer, every minute, out of Watford in the EPL, Jay Demerit. On a World Cup squad for the first time, he had the winning goal in last year's CONCACAF World Cup semifinal against Honduras, Clarence Goodson. He has rehabbed so hard and worked his way back from knee injury, and he has earned a spot on his 2nd World Cup squad from AC Milan, Oguchi Onyewu. He played every minute of last year's Confederations Cup, and on offense had 2 assists from West Ham in England, Jonathan Spector. Now the midfielders. He is going to his 3rd World Cup, and his 91 caps is 2nd on this selection from Rangers in Scotland, DeMarcus Beasley. He started 15 of the 18 U.S. qualifiers in this campaign. At the age of 22, he is seeing major minutes in the Bundesliga, Michael Bradley. The midfield force behind the Houston Dynamo's consecutive MLS Cup championships, Ricardo Clark. His goal for Fulham against Juventus is already a YouTube legend. He scored for the U.S. in World Cup 2006, Clint Dempsey. The all-time U.S. leader with 42 international goals. This will be his 3rd World Cup, Landon Donovan. A 2008 Olympian, recovered from injury at Rangers in Scotland, his 1st World Cup appearance, Maurice Edu. We remember his stunning volley goal against Mexico in the Gold Cup final back in 2007, Benny Feilhaber. A 2008 Olympian who worked for the reserves at Houston all the way up to a contract with Bolton in the Premiership in England, Stuart Holden. He just won the CONCACAF Champions League with his Mexican club Pachuca, Jose Torres. Now the forwards. At the age of 20, he led the USA with 6 goals during qualification. He had that goal against Spain last summer in South Africa, Josie Altidore. From the LA Galaxy, already on this young MLS season, he has 9 goals, Edson Buttle. He led Real Salt Lake to the MLS Cup Championship last fall, Robbie Findlay. And playing with Pachuca, he is the first American to lead the Mexican League in scoring, Herculez Gomez. This is your national team for the World Cup. Coached by Bob Bradley. Bob, good to see you. As we discussed during the broadcast last night, and you now with this final selection, you're taking 7 defenders. One of them is Oguchi Onyewu. There were so many question marks. What has Gooch shown you both in training and in the match last night to make this selection?
Well, we see a real important player, a real important part of our team back on the field, and that means a great deal to all of us.
You're taking Herculez Gomez and Edson Buttle. They're late in the national team picture. What did they show you since May 17th when camp opened?
Both have been in great form, scored a lot of goals this year, and as we move into the World Cup, players that are on a good roll come in handy.
The other day at training, we were watching every head turn when Bill Russell walked in, and I know you invited him in to speak to the team. The greatest living American sportsman, never lost a Game 7. He spoke for an hour to your team. What did you want for them to take from that discussion?
He is a great man, and he talks about team. He talks about doing whatever it takes to help your teammates be successful. And that message coming right before we go to South Africa fits in perfectly.
Now, you've got a match with Turkey on Saturday, then a friendly with Australia, but what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have the wonderful opportunity to go to the White House. And when you represent your country, before you go on the big stage, to go to the White House and have a chance to meet the president, I think that puts it all in perfect perspective.
I understand Bill Clinton is going along on that visit as part of the bid committee, and so you'll have 2 presidents at the White House with you.
Yes, we're looking forward to it.
All right, we'll see you there. We'll see you Saturday, and we'll see you over in Joburg.
Great.
Bob
Thanks,
Bradley,
Bob.
thank you very much. Your national team Around the world, this is hitting the wires at this moment. The selection of 23 FIFA World Cup 2010. It begins Friday, June 11th, 9:30 a.m. The first match from Soccer City in Johannesburg. South Africa against Mexico. Later in the day, Uruguay against France. All games live in an HD. One match changes everything, and the USA is ready to take on England June 12th.
Well, thank you, Bob. Only 15 days to the start of the 2010 FIFA World Cup. You can catch all the action on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. The U.S., they open up against England on June 12th.
Well, the Magic barely got out of Boston alive. Can they survive a must-win scenario in Orlando tonight? Why Magic Johnson guarantees victory.
If you love your iPhone, set it free. Introducing the PowerMat wireless charging system for iPhone. Why plug and unplug when you can simply drop and charge? PowerMat, set your iPhone free.
I didn't always have such a great credit score. This was us. For a while there, you were pretty bad.
Mom, get it all! No! Bat 509!
I guess it's because I wasn't watching it. Just let it do whatever it wanted. So I went to freecreditscore.com, and with their daily monitoring of my credit report, well, it gave me the confidence I needed to look after my credit score.
Who's a good 745? You're a good 745.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
Hi.
The $2 meal deal. Is that really 3 items for $2?
Sure is.
So I buy a beefy 5-layer burrito and drink, and you throw in the chips for free?
No, you pay for the burrito and chips, and you get the drink for free.
Actually, the drink and the chips are $2, and the burrito is free.
Tell you what, just give me $2 and it's all free.
3 items, $2. Now that's a deal.
Let's do it.
Taco Bell's $2 meal deal. 4 different meals to choose from, each with a Taco Bell original, Doritos chips, and a medium soda. It's 3 for $2 and only at Taco Bell.
The dipper, the dunker, the grabber, the popper, the breaker, the shaker, the tipper, the topper, the wedger, the wheeler, the scraper, the double dipper. However you like to top, pop, dunk, or dip, only Tostitos has your tortilla chip.
Nissan's National TED event is going on now. We've made them capable and award-winning. We've made them dependable and inspiring. Now, we've made them easier to get, like Nissan Altima, $199 per month, or 0% financing on most new Nissans. Get to a Nissan dealer today. Hurry, Nissan's National 10 event ends soon.
Mr. T has the greatest hair in the world. You can't deny it. It's been proven by science, fool. Now you can have the greatest hair in the world of Warcraft with the Mohawk grenade. Yeah, wherever I go, I'm making Warcraft look good. So don't give me no back talk. Try World of Warcraft free at warcraft.com.
Find a Night Elf Mohawk in-game and claim your Mohawk grenades.
Rated T for teen. I'm Mr. T and I'm a Night Elf Mohawk. What's your game?
Soccer's best will shine in South Africa. Who is your pick to win the cup? Go to ESPN.com/bracket to play now. The 2010 FIFA World Cup on ESPN.
Brain drain time. Why are we losing all of our good customers to Scott Trade? Glasses.
Gene. Better trading platform.
Better trading platforms. Okay, fine.
$7 online trades.
Hey, $7 online trades. Stock screening tools. Okay. What else they got?
Scott Trade's research and tools help you choose the investments that are right for you.
What?
Scott Trade. Get invested.
Back up, dude. I'm gonna knock you clean out.
I'll give you the first punch.
Come on.
I'm gonna make you quit.
I ain't quitting nothing.
That's what you do, you quit.
I'm right here right now in your face. I want you to show me be confident. Right now. So I can serve you.
You never serve me. You too slow. And your head too big and it's too easy to hit.
Ain't gonna be some more black on black crime.
Buy UFC Undisputed 2010 video game at Best Buy by May 29th and receive $20 in pay-per-view cash. Good for UFC 114 or 115.
Sage Steele, Kevin Agandi. Here's what's happening on SportsCenter right now. Second round of the French Open. The top seed Roger Federer endured one 10-set and 2 rain delays before eliminating Alejandro Falla in straight sets. The reigning champ at Roland Garros seeking his 17th major title. Venus Williams, also a straight set winner, moving on to the third round. The second seed serve was clocked at 125 miles per hour, and she was never broken. With the win, Venus improves to 14-2 on clay in 2010. We got plenty of fireworks in Cleveland today between the Indians and White Sox. White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen was ejected by first base umpire Joe West in the bottom of the second inning for arguing a balk by Mark Burley, and then Burley was then ejected by first base umpire, the same umpire, of course, Joe West, in the bottom of the third for throwing his glove after a second balk was called. First time in Burley's career that's happened to him, that he's had 2 balks in the same game. The score is currently 3-1 White Sox, though, in the top of the 6th inning.
Baseball update. Brought to you by 1800 Tequila. Change the game.
Rangers and the Royals on Tuesday. Gil Mesh on the mound for the Royals. He's 0-5 in his last 10 starts since August 24th of last season, trying to get back on track. Top one of Vlad Guerrero is not helping him out. That one's gone. His 11th of the year, and it's 2-0 Texas. Top 4, 1 out, tied at 2. Josh Hamilton crushes this one to center field, also off Mesh, and now it's 3-2 Texas. Hamilton's 9th. Nelson Cruz is your very next batter, and yep, back-to-back jacks off of Gil Mesh. His 10th, so it's 4-2 Rangers now, and we continue with Mesh still pitching, and Guerrero for the 2nd time in the game gets all of it, putting the Rangers up 6-2. And he wasn't done. Guerrero wasn't done. With a 7-6 lead, he takes the inside pitch. This is an RBI double down the left field line. Michael Young is the one who scored. Rangers win 8-7. Guerrero 3 for 5 with 5 RBI. Now, this past offseason, you may recall Texas, well, obviously they took a chance on Vlad. It has paid dividends, though, in his first season there. Through 45 games, Vlad is hitting nearly .350, 12 home runs, 42 RBI, best in the majors. Last year, he didn't hit his 12th home run until August 31st. Buster Olney now with more on Vlad.
By the end of the 2009 season, there was a lot of concern among baseball evaluators about how much life Vladimir Guerrero had left in his body. He didn't seem to be moving that well in his last season for the Angels, but the Texas Rangers took a shot at him. They signed him to a $5.5 million deal, and boy, is that paying off. After his 2-homer outing on Tuesday night, he's got 12 homers and 42 RBI. To put that in perspective, in 2009, he didn't hit his 12th homer until August 31st. And yes, he still loves to hit in Texas. While he did his damage on Tuesday night in Kansas City, this year he's batting .385 at home for the Rangers.
Meanwhile, Yankees at Target Field against the Twins. A.J. Burnett pitching for the Pinstripes. Bottom of the second, getting Jason Kubel. Burnett had 5 Ks over 5 scoreless innings. Scott Baker matching things on the mound for the Twins in the 4th now. 2 on, 1 out, and Alex Rodriguez up. But we have a squirrel sighting. It nearly attacks Brendan Harris and then runs away, and it may have distracted A-Rod because he goes down swinging. 2 outs. Next batter, Robinson Cano. Fly out to left center. So wildlife home field advantage for the Twins at Target Field. Baker through 5 scoreless. Now later in the game, the rain coming down, and the squirrel looking for some cover. The game suspended. They'll resume in the top of the 6th inning later today at 4:05 Central Time. Second game of the series will follow up afterwards. Now I'll recap the wildlife we've encountered so far, and it starts at Target Field on May 6th. An American kestrel making the catch of the game, as it has a huge moth,
juicy moth
sitting on the foul line, and then it will just munch on it. 2 days later, a humpback liner makes a seagull change flight in the Tigers-Indians game. Shin-Soo Choo making the grab, though. And then, of course, the squirrel making an appearance here at Target Field. So we've seen some strange things in the first month and a half at the new stadium in Minnesota. Reminding you, Major League Baseball continues. You can check out that new stadium as the Yankees take on the Twins, 7 Eastern time on ESPN2. Of course, they have to finish the first game, which I mentioned before, on They're going to resume the final 3 innings. And then Justin Morneau and the Twins taking on the Rangers Sunday night.
We're not going out fighting. We're coming out fighting.
What to watch for tonight on ESPN and ESPN3.com. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Celtics trying to finish off Orlando in Orlando. And remember, Boston has won 4 straight road playoff games, including the first 2 of this series. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern Time. Here is the NBA Countdown crew with a preview.
The defending Eastern Conference champions have at least one more game on their home court. Stuart Scott, Mike Wilbon, John Barry, 5-time champion and Hall of Famer Irvin Magic Johnson. Guys, Game 5, Orlando's in the same spot that they were in Game 4. They have to win to survive, but different because now at least they have the confidence that we can play with this team and beat them.
Well, I want to see the same type of intensity I saw from Dwight Howard in Game 4. I want to see in Game 5. I don't want to see half-court shots. I don't want to see him smiling. I want to see him come out and dominate the paint the way he did in Game 4. And also, his teammates, JB, will follow him if he comes with that type of intensity.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if they get in the basketball like they did in this game. Game 4, Game 2, they did it as well when he had 30 points. On the move, in pick and roll. The Boston Celtics have to do a better job with Jameer Nelson on the pick and roll. He was aggressive. He said he was going to be aggressive, get to the basket. He did that. Even if you're missing shots and there's nobody on Dwight Howard, that's good offense because he's going to get that rebound. So they played terrific that way. They got to feel great. Vince Carter goes 1 of 9. Mikal Pietrus, 0 of 4. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but yet they found a way to win. Now they go home. They got to feel real good about themselves. And this thing could go a little bit longer than most anticipated.
Yeah, like 2 games longer. And you and me and all of us. Yeah, I mean, at this point, too, I mean, you wonder about the Boston Celtics, a couple of things. One, they are an older team. And when you don't have 3 or 4 days rest, like, you know, they got to have earlier in this playoff round and earlier in these playoffs, what happens when it becomes an every other day situation? Magic, you were in this situation a little later in your career, and you've seen guys do this. What happens now to the jump shooters and guys who need to have their legs under them who are in their 30s? How much does that hurt? I mean, I think the Celtics have some concerns, and Orlando ought to be feeling like they got a stay of execution as they go and back home. Is Vince Carter going to go 1 of 9 at home? I don't think so. So I think the Orlando Magic in a pretty good position to extend the series.
I think it's got to be Rondo, that guy. I mean, that's the young guy, and you mentioned he's not pushing the basketball. I mean, he was not aggressive the other night. He's got to push the ball, get in the paint.
But also, Matt Barnes woke up in Game 4, 10 points. Rashard Lewis finally got into double figures. He had 13 points. All of a sudden, the Orlando Magic are feeling good about themselves, and I guarantee this. It's going to be a Game 6.
And what if the Orlando Magic put it all together at the same time? As Magic just said, Rashard Lewis had 13 points. He had 15 total points the first 3 games of the series. Vince Carter went the other way in Game 4. Vince was averaging 19 points per game the first 3 games of the series. He only had 3 in Game 4. Game 5 will be interesting.
All right, guys, well, right now on ESPNBoston.com, you just heard of Magic Johnson guaranteeing the Celtics will be forced to play a Game 6. Log on and find out why he says that. Also, the latest on the Red Sox and the Patriots, ESPNBoston.com.
Circus move by Dragic, unbelievable. What a play at shortstop by Betancourt. Over the shoulder to make the grab.
Well, SportsCenter's top cuts, only the very best are admitted. Think you know what it takes? Only one way to find out. Stick around.